Hello, welcome to Political Science. Welcome to Western. I'm going to be asking you to consider a question. How is that political? How is that political science? And we're going to do this by looking at something that involves the politics of our everyday lives and also by connecting this to the course that we introduce you to political science with, Political Science 1020. Now, the first question you're probably having is, who's this guy? Well, my name is Nick Bendra-Narain. I teach Introduction to Political Science. I teach Introduction to International Relations. And here is my email and cell phone information, and it'll be available to you at the very end as well for you to contact me if you have any questions. Further to that, let's start to look at the issue itself of cell phones and driving. This is a very commonplace, everyday political question and probably involves you and family members and others in debates, etc., about what is the appropriate thing to do. Now, when you come to it from the political science perspective and you want to sort of address and pick apart the issue, we can start off in a number of different ways. We can look at it through Canadian politics and ask ourselves who gets to regulate what? What are the powers that are given to the different levels of government, and who gets to decide what sorts of things we get to do? And so we can pick apart the Canadian state aspect of it and address it. Further to that, we might want to take a more comparative approach and look at how Canada ranks or relates to other countries. Why have some states been able to do it sooner? Why are some states not doing it now? Why is it that there's differentiation even within Canada that we find on these rules as well? So we can comparatively address the question of cell phones and driving by looking at different political systems and how they've dealt with the issue. Then we can address questions of political theory, questions around rights and self-governance and rationality and the way that this affects different groups of people and so forth. So that question of around what is the good thing to do and what makes for a good society is another way to tackle this everyday political problem. Further to that, we can also look at it in terms of a global sense. What has been the impact of globalization, the role of technologies globally in a global marketplace and in terms of productivity and economic wealth, etc. This does matter if you can't use your cell phone in your car and you're conducting an international trade deal, but does that outweigh safety and other factors? So we might need to sort of take account of international law, international trade rules, but we also would need to take account of international processes and patterns. So this is an issue that we can then say has broad implications politically, internally to Canada and beyond, but we can take different tacks at this to pose different questions. And that's where we come to with Political Science 1020. We want to discuss some of the big ideas, some of the big political ideologies that tell us how the world should be organized, political institutions in different countries and compare them to Canada as well, and then international relations to get a sense of how things fit into the global system. But at the same time, we're always talking about a lot of current issues so that your understanding of politics is relevant to what's going on in your immediate world. Now, further to this, we're trying to develop a whole bunch of skills that you will be able to work through our tutorials, our lectures, our readings, and engagement with our faculty. Communication and interpersonal skills are paramount and are very much needed in this world, in a global world, if you will, of the marketplace. But also, we want to teach you to write and speak persuasively and make an argument for why people should do certain things, hopefully, like I'm doing right now. And we want to give you the self confidence to present. We want to give you the self confidence to lead teams and work in teams, but also to ensure that you're always thinking critically and posing questions and thinking about what's going on. Further to this, we want to thank you for your time and your interest, and I hope to look forward to engaging you in Political Science 1020 in September. And just out of shamefulness of trying to get you to come and take our course, here's a picture of my three dogs, and you will get more dog pictures when you take my class. So I look forward to seeing you in September. Take care and have a great day. Catch you soon.
Hello, I'm Dr. Bruce Morrison. I teach comparative politics in the Department of Political Science, and I'm currently the chair of the undergraduate program. Political science is an exciting field. We live in societies that are certainly competitive, and which can also see open conflict. This is, of course, even more the case for the international sphere, where the states of the world interact. Politics is about managing competition and conflict, which means that some will exercise authority over others. Our lives are greatly affected by just how this is done. Political arrangements matter. They influence whether property rights are respected, whether society operates according to the rule of law, whether governments are responsible to the people, and whether the state operates according to a healthy blend of expertise and accountability. This is especially important, of course, amidst a global pandemic. Political institutions determine whether education is publicly or privately provided or somewhere in between. They determine how much risk individuals and businesses encounter as they move across the globe. It may seem these days as if life has become politicized to an unhealthy degree, but make no mistake, politics is always fundamental. Studying political science will help you to address key questions. Why do states go to war? Under what circumstances do dictatorships dissolve and democracies emerge to replace them? Why do social movements form, and why are some more successful than others? Western's political science department has been praised for offering a wide variety of courses. These include courses on politics and the media, the politics of race, and the politics of economic development. You can study justice here from a variety of perspectives: global justice and international law, transitional justice, which is focused on how countries manage the deep divisions left by bitter and violent conflict, and even the idea of justice for future generations. You can study the efforts of states to manage environmental problems, the spread of political corruption across the globe, and how Canada might function in decades to come with a greatly enlarged population. Do join us next year.
Hi, I'm Matthew Lebo. I'm a professor and I'm chair of the Department of Political Science at Western University. We have a lot of interesting things going on in the Department of Political Science. Even in our COVID year, we are using it to explore new ways of teaching, new ways of delivering material, and expanding our range of courses and offering all sorts of new and interesting subjects. I'm teaching a class just called Trump versus Biden, the 2020 election. And that is pretty interesting so far. But there's lots of other classes, and we cover a range of subjects in international relations, in Canadian politics, political theory, comparative politics. There's lots of different ways that you can get more involved in the political science department. Of course, we have our honors specialization in political science. You can major or minor in political science. We have, in particular, some really interesting modules that you can take. You can have an honors specialization in international relations. You can have an honors specialization in politics, philosophy, and economics, or the PPE specialization. We have an honors specialization in democratic governance, and one in global justice, and one in democratic governance, and majors in democratic governance and majors in global justice as well. We are one of Canada's best universities, and of course, one of Canada's best political science departments, but especially our undergraduate curriculum and our undergraduate teaching is full of award-winning faculty.
Hi, my name is Laura Stevenson. I'm a professor in the political science department, and my area of expertise and my area of study is political behavior. That means that I'm interested in how individuals behave in the political realm. And given that almost everything we do can be political or has political implications, that covers an awful lot. I tend to gravitate in particular towards studying elections and voters, but from a variety of different angles. Because I'm interested in voters, I'm also interested in all the different times that voters go to the polls. In Canada, this means we have three different types of elections: municipal, provincial, and federal. And I've been able to publish work on all of these different levels of elections, and I think it's really given me a different appreciation of the way that voters make up their minds. I get to draw upon all of this work and the various other research of people around the world in developing the courses that I teach, and in particular, this affects the class I teach on elections and voting. I really like to help students understand the theories of why and how voters make up their minds, but beyond that, I like to introduce them to all sorts of different research that's out there about how specific candidates, parties, and issues can motivate voters in different ways to reach their specific vote decisions.
Hi, my name is Dr. Adam Harms, and here in the Department of Political Science, I teach courses in business and government, political strategy and communications, and international relations. In my view, our department does an excellent job in providing our students with strong academic training in political science and the practical skills they need in the real worlds of local, national, and international politics. On the academic side, we teach our students the key concepts and theories in political science that they need to understand current political and policy debates here in Canada and around the world. In terms of practical skills, students in our program receive strong training in conducting research, writing, and public speaking, and the ability to construct persuasive arguments. Many of our students then go on to employ these skills as lawyers, political campaign consultants, and government employees, as well as working in business, advocacy groups, and in international organizations. We also provide our students with more specific training and experiential learning related to many of these careers. For example, our course on interest groups and social movements embeds interested students with a local social movement, giving them real-world experience to reinforce what they learn in the course. The course also has students pick an advocacy group they're interested in and prepare a business plan for it. Overall, we see our job in political science as providing students with the academic and practical training that will prepare them for a wide range of potential careers.
Hi everyone, welcome to Fall Preview Day. My name is Anne Campbell. I'm a fourth year honors political science student and I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba. When I was in your shoes, looking back, I didn't really know what it meant to study political science or even the types of jobs that I could get besides going into law or politics. All I knew is that I was passionate about the issues addressed in the courses and was interested in learning more about the area. But the past 4 years in this department has allowed me to turn that passion into something that I could do for the rest of my life. And that's in large part due to the people that I've met along the way. One thing that I believe sets Western political science apart is the ability for undergraduate students to form deep and meaningful relationships with our professors. Whether that's through research, office hours, or just within the halls, I found that the professors within the department will do everything in their power to make sure that you are given the tools to be successful within university and as you enter grad school or the workforce. The professors are innovative and creative, as exhibited through the wide variety of course offerings, and more importantly, thoughtful and caring, as seen through their approach to COVID-19 class structuring. As I reflect upon the last 4 years within the department, I'm thankful that I chose Western because I have made long-lasting friendships. Whether that's through clubs, student government, or study groups, I'm continuously inspired by everyone that I work with. I am extremely grateful to be a Mustang, and I'm so thankful that grade 12 me decided to take a risk and move provinces away because I wouldn't have wanted my university experience to be any other way.